think that's a fair assessment that William could be thinking of ending or changing the Church of England somehow because of his son being in the eighth house, ruling Leo in the ninth house. I guess we won't really know more until he gets on the throne. Which, speaking of, when are you thinking he may ascend to the throne? It could be as soon as maybe next year, 2026, in August. There is a solar eclipse in Leo. So let's take a look at the chart. So I have pulled up this chart for August 12th, 2026. You can see that there will be a solar eclipse in his ninth house. Now, the interesting thing is that William will be in a ninth house profection year at that point in time. So the sun is going to be his Time Lord, and as we know, he was born on a solar eclipse, so eclipses are definitely more significant for him, and especially when the Time Lord is the sun. The only thing I'm wondering, that's a little concerning, is that Mars, you can see Mars in his eighth house, is going to be exactly conjunct his sun. Now, that could, in this instance, the sun could be King Charles at that point, and maybe that's when maybe something happens to him. The other thing is that this will be a south node solar eclipse, so that is definitely an ending and a new beginning. So who is the who is the ending and new beginning for? Is it going to be, just as we think, something happens to King Charles and then William ascends to the throne, or will it be something else? The sun doesn't necessarily represent William, aside from it being the Time Lord in this year. So the other thing about that time is that Saturn in his fifth house will be, he'll be having his Saturn opposition, and Saturn will be retrograde that time. So it opposes his Saturn, which is in his 11th house. So that is also a significant culmination point. I do find it interesting that the North Node will be transiting his third house, related to obviously neighborhood, but also siblings. So I know people don't like to think about him welcoming Harry, or maybe he does something with Harry, but at that point there will be again an activation in his house related to his siblings. I guess we'll see next year, but next year will definitely be significant, and it can happen anytime, within the next 18 months after, while the nodes are transiting Aquarius and Leo.